take a very good look at this Golf 7R, because after this video, this is the last time you're going to see this car looking like this after the upgrades.
This is my stock standard Golf 7R that I'm giving away for only 100 Rand for charity.
In this video, we are going to be upgrading the exhaust on this Golf 7R, doing a major service on it, as well as upgrading the plastic sump on this car to an aluminium sump. Not only that, we will be putting a full induction kit on this car, and we'll also be replacing and upgrading these rims. You guys were crying, weren't you? Over 300 trillion comments saying the rims must go. I heard your cries, Baba.
In this YouTube video, we will be completely transforming this Golf 7R for its new owner. Let's get these upgrades done. Before we begin with the video, here's how you can stand a chance to win this Golf 7R for only 100 Rand. Search www.helpingmzansi.org. Next, click giveaway. Click enter. The more tickets you buy, the more chances you get to stand a chance to win this Golf 7R. Proceed to checkout. Fill in the information and continue. Please ensure to use your correct email address. Select place order and pay. You can choose between Google Pay, Apple Pay, or select EFT. Once your payment has been processed, your ticket will be sent via email you provided.
All right, so we're currently out on test drive, and this is why I actually opted to get new tires and new rims, because there's an issue with this tire right here. It keeps losing pressure, and as you can see, we went out of the shop not knowing that this tire is finally flat. So good thing we're going to be changing these rims and the tires, because I imagine trying to impress the honeys when you've won this car, Baba, and you come out of the restaurant, your tires flat. The first thing we're going to be doing on this Golf 7R is doing the oil change service, because we are still going to be fine-tuning this car, giving it some proper launches. And before we do all that, I need to make sure that the car's got some proper oil that's gonna handle all that heat internally. So let's get this oil change service done and upgrade our aluminium sump.
This service is what we normally consider a minor service, since we'll be changing the engine oil as well as the oil filter. We usually change the air filter as well on a minor service, but since we are installing an induction kit, we won't have to.
If you own a Golf 7R or Golf 7 GTI, this is how you do a minor service on it and also upgrade your aluminium sump from the plastic sump. So first things first, all you have to do, open up your oil cap, open up your dipstick as well, just to release the airlock, and then we are going to be now lifting up the car so we can start draining the oil.
Let's begin the service by draining the oil.
First things first, we are going to remove the undercover of the vehicle and then drain the oil. Let's get it done. So you actually need a special tool to take this sump nut out, but this is a DIY video. I know you won't have that special tool, so you can use a really big flat to get that out. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using a flat as well to take this out. And then we've got our oil catch can. So every time you actually, what's the word, drain your oil, you need an oil catch can, because the oil has to go somewhere. And this oil looks really clean. I think they just did an oil change on this car. Yeah, the oil looks really clean. So the oil on this car is very clean. I think they probably serviced the car no longer than how long? Maybe not more than like a month ago or 2 months ago. But it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Now that the oil is drained, we might as well replace the oil sump with the new and improved aluminium sump.
Since we're going to be doing a lot of repairs on this car, the bandana has to come back. I've already started sweating like my cameraman when he just goes to fetch me something there around the corner. So yeah, oil is gonna finish draining, and then we're gonna start removing all of the sump bolts. All you need is a T30 to remove your sump bolts, and then your sump is just gonna fall right off. But before you do that, obviously you just have to disconnect your oil level sensor, which is this one. Remove your oil level sensor as well, and then voila. Oil level sensor is held by 3 10mm nuts. To remove that, quite easy, just anti-clockwise, and you're good to go. Alright, so once all of 3 of those are out, just try and play with it, and then it comes out. That's your oil level sensor out. That's something that you have to remove to change your sump.
Most Golf 7Rs and Golf GTIs come from factory with a plastic oil sump. If you guys remember the Golf 8 GTI engine rebuild, the customer hit a rock on the road and the oil began spilling because of the cracked oil plastic sump, which then resulted in the engine seizing and causing catastrophic damage to the engine. The only solution was to replace the engine. So we are going to upgrade this plastic oil sump with an aluminium one, which is an upgrade that we've done for a lot of customers before at our workshop. We'll have to remove the right hand side wheel just to make it a little bit comfortable to remove the sump.
If the bolts of the sump are this hot, I can only imagine how hot the exhaust must be. So we're still gonna park before we change the exhaust. All of the sump bolts are out. All we have to do now is to just pull the sump down. So we'll just use our flat screwdriver that we used to open the sump nut to basically pop this off. So it will stick on, guys, because this has got a like rubber gasket on it, so that's why it'll stick on, but it won't be like a crazy stick. So the sump is out. Let's get our new sump, but before we do that, let's prepare the surface before we install the new one. The reason why we're cleaning the surface is so that we don't have any contaminants between the surface and the seal. So the reason this was also leaking was because our old sump, the gasket on it has become brittle. So we could have just simply replaced the gasket and cleaned the car up, and the car would have literally been fine. But because I know that the plastic sump is trouble, I just opted to get a aluminum sump for you. All right, so this is our new oil pan for the Golf 7, and this one does not take a gasket, it only takes silicone. So we're going to throw some silicone on here, and then we're going to be good to go. All right, just get it done.
Because this is aluminium and it has no space for a gasket, we're going to use silicone to help seal the aluminium sump. Once that's done, we can carefully put in the new oil sump.
It's a lot stronger than a plastic sump, and with plastic over time it becomes brittle. So the plastic being brittle, that means it will be easy for it to crack, leak oil, etc. Unless they use maybe like a special compound on those sumps that prevents all of that. But one thing I know is that the special compound that they use, it doesn't stop the gasket from leaking soon, well, after like 150,000 Ks, because it's quite normal here at the workshop. We always get these Golf 7s for a leaking sump once it's past 170,000 Ks, or if the car is regularly at high temperatures. Let's get this oil level sensor on. So how you took it out is exactly how you're going to put it back on. Once that's on, we can put our plug back in. And to plug back in, once we're done with everything, all of the conversions, what we're going to do is clean the undercarriage of the car. So right now, let's change our oil filter and top up our oil.
Now let's drop the vehicle and change the oil filter. which is found inside this oil filter housing.
So our car is finally at operating height. So let's get the bonnet opened up. Cool beans. Right, so what we're gonna do now, top up our oil right after we have changed our oil filter. Ooh, sheesh, this engine is hot, baba. Right, next we're gonna be replacing our oil filter. To get to that, you will need a 32 millimeter socket and a wrench. Right, so that's our oil filter right there. So this is our old oil filter. I like to always look in between here for any metal shavings, and this one doesn't have anything. Now that we are done with the oil change service, let's get our induction kit fitted onto the car. So the spares that I'm waiting for on this car is a bigger intake, of course, and a cone filter, the elbow joint for the bottom, a boost pressure pipe. Well, it's not a boost pressure pipe, it's more of an induction pipe from your air intake to the elbow to the turbo, as well as a intercooler as well. We're going to be replacing that as well. But for now, maybe later on in the video the other parts are going to come. For now, what we have that has arrived is these pods right here. Alright, this is what we have here, some APR watts. Okay, so we got an APR cone filter right here. Looks red, maroon, big, for big power. It's gonna work just fine for all of the sinister plans that we have for this Golf 7R. And we also have this APR, I would say, airbox, you know. So this is where our cone filter is gonna go. It's gonna go in here nicely, get that nice sound as well from the cone filter. Right, so that's what we're also getting and fitting onto this car. And then we have our this is where our pipe, that pipe there is going to clamp onto here, and our cone filter clicks onto there, and then basically the setup is done. All these small things for a couple of thousands rands, huh? It's my first time ever buying these performance things, and these things are expensive, baba. I've got a newfound respect for people who modify their cars. I always see these nice cars with these nice upgrades in my workshop. Never knew these guys are spending so much. It's time for me to bump the fees up. You guys got too much money. Right, so we also have our elbow joint as well that goes on the turbo. The flow turbo inlet. There we go. Racing line. Yeah, racing line, turbo inlet, elbow. So I'm gonna get that installed as well. So let's get it done.
Installing this intake system will make the induction noise more louder, as well as the turbo dump noise. To begin with this conversion, we'll have to remove the stock airbox, which is an easy thing to do, as you can see.
So first things first, removing your intake, guys, very easy, held by 2 bolts that I just removed. So we'll just, yeah, remove this pipe out of the way, and then remove this one out of the way as well. Yo, quite a bit of a nut to take out. So right, once that's out, just disconnect this airbox there, and then you can just lift up your airbox. It doesn't have any screws that hold it in place. It just has those rubber mounts, right? And then your airbox is out, very easy like that. So yeah, done. Okay, cool. Next, let's remove the other end of this induction pipe for the turbo. Alright, first things first, we have to just disconnect the PCV hose there in the back. Right, that's out. Just be careful you don't break that. Thing is so sensitive, you won't believe it. And then this pipe right here is held by a, on this card looks like it's held by a 8mm clamp. So let's get that out. So this is our racing line inlet elbow. So we are going to be upgrading this induction hose obviously, but for now what we're going to use is this. Since it hasn't arrived as yet, we're still waiting for it without the shipment, but because I want to start up the car, run it up, I want to see if it runs. So yeah, so inlet comes with two seals here just to make sure that you don't have any boost leak, any intake leak, any air leak. So yeah, to install this, guys, very easy. It's held in by one Torx screw, so you just simply pop it in and then you pop in your induction hose and then your PCV right here. Done. That's it. So having this, I guess, would help in terms of, for us in this case, we're going to be tuning this car very heavily. It helps with temperature. The turbo gets hot, really hot, even on the intake side sometimes, very rare, but this holds up much better than the stock intake elbow. So let's get this installed. Once our elbow is on, we can start by installing our PCV. There we go. It's a small click you're gonna hear. Next, our induction hose. Remember, before you guys come for me in the comments, we are changing this, please. Right, that's on nicely. All we're gonna do is tighten it up. All right, cool. Once you've put it on, just try and tug it to make sure that it's set properly. As you can see, I'm tugging on that and it's not coming out. Next, let's install our APR intake.
Now we're going to first install the mounting brackets for this cone filter.
Let's put on the rubber stays. These guys that created these things, they thought of everything. Well, these are a little bit tough to go in, but once they go in, they are not coming out. So as you can see, that's in. Once your rubber grips are on, what I have to do now is to just pop it in. If you're asking yourself a question of, can I do this myself? What Mambo is doing, 100%. I think you can be able to do this yourself. This is very, very easy. From the oil change service to these minor upgrades, this is like 100% like easy to do.
Next, we're going to screw it in and add this intake induction pipe, which goes directly to the turbo inlet pipe.
I don't want to start up the car now and hear what the intake sounds like, mainly because the exhaust is just going to be hot again. And then we're just going to be going back to square one. Alright, so that's on tight. That's not going anywhere.
Now let's place the cone filter.
The box is on. Now we just need to put on the main air duct hose, or the main air duct box, and we're done here. I'll just tell you guys something for nothing. You must be careful of this pipe. It has the power of ruining your whole day should you mess it up. Guys who've worked on Golf 7s knows how that pipe can ruin your day. You hear a little crack from that pipe, it's over, boy. It's over, especially if you're working on a weekend like this.
This install looks great on the Golf 7R, and this setup should allow for better airflow, which can bump the power up because of more air intake. And it's definitely going to sound amazing.
Now that the upgraded intake has been put in, don't worry guys, we're still going to change a whole lot of other stuff. including our induction hose as well as the intercooler. Still waiting for that to arrive, but our exhaust is still hot, so we can't replace our exhaust right now for a stainless steel downpipe, more noise sounding like a thing there. So I think right now let's head on over to go look for some proper rims for this Golf 7R while we wait for the exhaust to cool down. Let's go.
Now let's head out to look for some new wheels for this Golf 7R.
We are headed over to Mayfair, a place that I saw online that has got a couple of spares, aftermarket spares for a Golf 7R, including rims, including your digital clusters, including everything that can make your Golf 7 look mnandi and unique. So let's go check them out, let's go see what they have, and let's maybe go drop some rands, buy something for the Golf 7 and tune it up and make sure it is looking it's a mambo special. Let's go. Looking for something nice. Then when he wins the car, he can change it. I want something nice. This is like auto heaven for the guys that like to overly tune their cars. You've seen those cars. Let's check if they've got like a downpipe for a Golf 7R. One that doesn't need like any custom mods. This is like plug and play. That would be nice. That I would buy today. Take my money. Those are the old RS3 rims, not RS3, the old S3 rims. I think I just saw them. These ones that look like this. Those would look nice on a Golf 7R. They didn't have a variety of rims that I would say I was looking for. Instead, we ended up finding something in Durban, so we'll take a drive down to Durban to go collect some OEM Golf 8 rims. OEM, Baba. OEM Golf 8 rims. That's what we're going to slap onto the Golf 7R. There are some nice rims here, but nothing to my liking. I think I'd rather also put in the OEM rims, much stronger as well if you hit potholes. You know, Joburg and potholes. They had no spoilers in stock, no induction kits, nothing. So maybe next time we'll be lucky and catch them when they've got stock. But for now, let's get other stuff for the car.
1 week later.
We are finally back from Durban with our Golf 8 rims, Baba. Hopefully they look on the Golf 7R. But big luck, I would say. We've got brand new tires on the car, Golf 8 rims. How much were the rims costing at aftermarket places? They were starting at about, I think, 9,000 Rand. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. 9,000 to 10,000 Rand for proper rims. And we got the rims and tires for a price you won't believe. Let's go. Because the tire that we currently have on the car right now has got a slow puncture. So now, not only does the winner of this car get a car with some sick rims, but he gets a car with some brand new tires. Sure. But guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Come here when I cameraman. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love these rims. So these rims have got a little bit of diamond cut on them, and then they've got a little bit of gloss black. So I'm thinking, for the car to look really nice, we will need a couple of gloss black finishes on the car. Maybe gloss black mirror caps, a gloss black side skirt, and a gloss black boot spoiler. But let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can add that onto the last video. Well, the next video after this one. All right, so the next video after this one, we're going to be doing some sick stuff. Finally tuning the Golf 7R as well as tuning some more upgrades on the car and trying to make it faster than my GTR.
I know that a majority of you guys requested for the VW Golf 7 Pretoria wheels, which I must admit suit the Golf 7R perfectly. However, this Golf 7R is not just a normal one. I want to make this one special since it's our Golf 7R giveaway. And making it stand out is definitely one of the things I wanted to achieve with this build. And that's why we've went with these sets of rims that I bet you haven't seen on a Golf 7R before.
Now that all of the rims are here, let's check this car up while our exhaust still cools down. Let's get the new rims installed. All right, so we're going to use a power bar to break all of these nuts, then remove them with our impact gun. Hopefully none of them are cross-threaded. You never know the mampumpans out there, the showkits working on cars. So we'll do this for all of the tires. Yeah, this one, it's making me wonder. This thing might be cross-threaded. I was right. There's one cross-threaded one. Another cross-threaded one. Sheesh. That means we might have to change the bearing hub for this wheel, because the guy that installed these tires, I would say, doesn't have enough brain cells to put on bolts properly. I don't care even if you are watching. Why did you put this thing on knowing very well that you cross-threaded the bolts, huh? Hey, you know, some people, it should be that easy to get them out. Not as hard as that wheel. It's only ever that hard if there's something wrong. In order for you to not cross your bolts, all you have to do is to first put it in with your hand. It's like literally this easy. Thread it and don't send it with a gun. Put it on your gun and then just push it, because that's when people normally cross thread. Let's remove this rim, so I had to lower the car just so that the tire doesn't spin. And this thing is hard, Baba. Yo, like I've got a power bar on and I have to literally struggle just to get this bolt out. Yo, I'd really love to meet the guy that did this. Give you a boot where the sun don't shine. Okay, so the bolt is loose now. Should come out with. Phew. Look at this, like, how do you do something like this? See how bad this is. So I'm gonna call my tire thread repair guys to come sort this nonsense for us. If they can't sort it out, then we will have to what's the word? We'll have to change the bearing hub on this car. More graft, more money.
Now let's see what they look like in broad daylight.
The Golf 7R looks absolutely brand new with these rims. I'm extremely happy with how these came out. I think this came out very nice. And actually, this is not how the car used to actually look. You can also use car vertical to see the full timeline of the vehicle, how it used to look if it was involved in an accident before. Car vertical sometimes has accident pictures of the vehicle when it was involved in an accident. So you can also use car vertical on your next car purchase so that you can get the full timeline of your vehicle's history. Car vertical, guys, is a user-friendly platform that helps you buy smart.
Let's use my Golf 7R as an example. All I had to do was type in my VIN number on the car vertical platform so I could get a full car report of this Golf 7R. On the car vertical report, we can see previous damage on the front bumper and the driver's door. We can also tell that this car has never been stolen before. You can also use the car vertical link on the description of this video so you can get a 20% discount on your next car vertical check. Or you can simply type Mambo20 at checkout to get your 20% discount on your next car vertical check.
So remember guys, buy smart, use car vertical. So as I'm about to drive away, as you can hear, exactly, battery's dead. So I did say, I think in the first video that we did of this car, that we have to change the battery on this car because it just dies. And now it's my second time being stuck with this Golf 7R. So let's wait for our workshop manager to bring a new battery for us, get it installed, and get this thing of being stuck out of the way and done for good. Let's wait.
I'm glad we changed the battery, so now let's upgrade the downpipe.
All right, rims are on. Induction, part of the induction is being installed. I think the car now is cool enough for us to start fiddling around with the exhaust. So let's get it done. We're gonna have to remove the heat shield on the exhaust, the one that's blocking the cat. Then we're gonna remove the coupling that joins the turbo and the downpipe. And then what else? And then we're going to start working from the bottom. Sound like a plan, boy? All right, so first thing we're going to remove is this Allen key. And then there's a small coupling that joins the exhaust and the thingy together. Oh, coupling or bracket, whatever you want to call it. So this is the coupling that holds your downpipe to the exhaust. Very important, don't lose it.
Next, we'll have to jack the car up and disconnect the heat shields and the drive shafts.
So first thing we're going to do is remove the drive shaft. That's our step one. Then we're going to remove all the heat shields. Once the drive shaft is out, I feel as if I'm going to have access to work on a whole lot more stuff. So let me remove that. One thing I don't like about working by myself is that if I leave something there, it's there. It's not going to be packed away in the thingy, in the toolbox. So finding tools sometimes a little hard. So used to working with the Appy and it's so nice. Appies are just the best sometimes, unless it's Bruce. I've got a cursed Golf R100k because of him. And that's the next car we're actually going to be posting about after this, our R100k. Bruce must take out all of the heebie-jeebies that he put there, and we're going to make sure that we get that car to run with him. All right, drive shaft out, bye-bye. Right, that's the first heat shield out and out of the way. Let's move on to the rest. All right, so second one out. In a very tight spot as well. So now we're gonna remove the mounts for the downpipe, and then we're just gonna attempt to wiggle it out. But I think what I'm also gonna do is remove this lollipop mounting so that maybe I can attempt to push the engine forward, just so that I maybe get a little bit more room, but I'll do that when there is need to do that. So guys, once again, for me this is like almost like a finder. I'm just doing this and then see where we get stuck and try and overcome that hurdle. All right, we're almost there though, but let's soldier on. I'm gonna lower the car. There's one bolt I need to try and remove. I always say, always start with trying to remove all of the bolts that are in the most difficult positions, and then end up with the stop. Do the ones last that are easiest to take out. Oxygen sensor is going to be in the way, and the special tool to remove that oxygen sensor is in the workshop, and the workshop is closed because Mambo works until late. And then they say the boss is always on holiday, he's not here at work. Hey Baba, me I work long hours. You can't complain. You need to work the long hours and the normal hours. That's why you bought a brand new nice car, man. So you can't complain. Oh, shabbat. Right now we're trying to take out the mounting bracket that holds the downpipe to the engine. So that one's also a little bit of a nut to take out, but we'll sort that on because I agreed to do content for you guys. 4 bolts that hold it in total, 2 that mount onto the exhaust itself, and 2 mount onto the block, so 2 making 4. So right now we're busy with the ones that are mounted onto the block. So once that's out, our exhaust should wiggle about, and then I'm gonna take it out on the back, and then I'm gonna start trying to wiggle it out and see where it's getting blocked, and then everything that's in the way, we tell it, we give it holy water. In the name of Jesus, come out of here. We're gonna take it out. So this is what I'm talking about. This is finally out. These 2 hold the exhaust. These 2 hold it onto the block. This is going to go to the bin now because it doesn't work on the downpipe upgraded exhaust. Now our exhaust has got some lacquer play.
With those out, next we'll have to remove the exhaust mounting.
So most people cut these out because it's normally seized on and it doesn't want to come out. So we are very fortunate enough to be able to remove these very easily. So I'll just do some B-roll of other people trying to take these out.
Cut that bolt right out.
And having a hard time with them. So if you ever want to install your own downpipe, this is everything that you have to do. Might take you 4 days. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, whoosh! Shamadoda. So it's out. Now we want to play with it. Play with this long pipe until it comes out, Baba. You see what I can see from here? The one thing that's also blocking is the oxygen sensor. Shoo! It's not gonna come out. This cat is too big. This cat here is baie groot, maybe. Baie groot.
In order for us to make enough room to remove the stock standard catalytic converter, we will need to disconnect the prop shaft on both sides, which is the gearbox side and the differential side.
This is a prop shaft, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, this is what delivers motion to your back wheels from the front to the back. Today you learned what a prop shaft is. Let's get this prop shaft out. So this is the sensor support bracket for our prop shaft that we're busy taking out right now. I'll just shift this to the side and see. It went all the way to the side, so let's just try and make some room. So we're doing some unsafe stuff around here now. I don't have a block. I'm too lazy to look for one. I mean, what is this thing? I don't have a plank block. Yo, I'm trying to make a plan here and it's not even working. A lacquer plan. Mambo had a lacquer plan. Oi. Oi. All right, so that's pushed all the way front. In the name of Jesus, I command you to come out. I feel like pulling a grinder out, Baba, and cutting.
We'll have to create more space by lowering the subframe. As you can see in the video, all we have to do is to just loosen the bolts a bit and lower the subframe and not completely drop it.
Yes. Yo. Yeah. So this is the stock downpipe removed with the catalytic converter on. Will it make that much of a difference in terms of sound? We'll have to know and see, because the only other silencer that this car has is this middle one right here, and then this back box right here as well. So we'll see. If it's not as nice sounding as I want it to be, we'll probably upgrade this as well.
After hours and hours of working, we finally managed to get the downpipe removed. And here is a quick comparison of our old downpipe compared to the upgraded new one. The old downpipe is very restrictive compared to the new one. The new downpipe will allow exhaust flow to flow more smoothly. The stock downpipe has a restrictive catalytic converter and narrow piping that slows down exhaust flow.
So this is our new downpipe, stainless steel. Alright. Why is it shorter? Alright, so this is our new downpipe. Let's get the catalytic converter oxygen sensor fitted on here. I don't have a mini cat, which means we're going to have an engine light on this car until we put a cat delete software on the cab. Alright, let's get that done. So the cat delete software will only put it on this car when we are tuning, when it's time to tune the car. So when we're officially tuning the car, I think that's when we'll also throw in the cat delete software.
Now let's install the new downpipe.
Let's put everything back on.
Putting in this new catless downpipe is much easier. And that is because there is no big fat catalytic converter to worry about anymore. Time to bolt up the prop shaft. Now we're going to reconnect the exhaust mounting as well as the flange. This build is almost complete.
So this is our mini catalytic converter that we're gonna put on the car to help fool the vehicle to thinking that the catalytic converter is still on the vehicle. So if you do put a mini cat, you put it on the downstream oxygen sensor. All right, cool beans. It's actually much nicer to install it while the exhaust is on the floor. On the floor. All we have to do is to put the heat shield for the prop shaft, all the other small bits and bobs, and we're done. Drive shaft is on. Let's put on the ball joint. Guys, I'm sleepy now. It's very late. In isiZulu we say, impilo alova. That's a man's life. Working hard, getting stuff done. Alright, so I'm officially done. Right now what I'm gonna do is just inspect everything. And then I brought a second-hand undercover for this car, so we're gonna get that fitted on right now as well. And then I know that well, I don't think there's a need actually to fit in the cover because we're still gonna wash the car underneath. So let's actually not fit the cover for now. Let's drop this car, close up the top, and run it.
With most of the assembly done, let's bolt up the battery and put in some new Castrol 5W40 and finally hear what this car sounds like with an induction kit and a downpipe.
So we've heard what the intake sounds like. Let's hear what the exhaust sound like. Unfortunately, it's late now. We can't take the car out on the road. So let's hear what it sounds like. So that's the normal rev. It's a little bit louder, but I think let's hear the launch. I think everybody wants to hear the launch. So let's hear what it sounds like on launch. Big difference. That's a big difference, boy. Yo! Big difference. Yo! I gotta catch this for the gram. And we're not even done, lady. We're not even done. We just touched the surface. We're still waiting for more parts. We're still on $1. Yo, one more time. Icona! Yo, that sounds amazing.
Let's give this Golf 7R its first ever wash. This is what the Golf 7R used to sound like.
Alright, it's a brand new day. Yesterday we worked overtime with my cameraman, even though he was sleeping most of the time. So the exhaust has been fitted. You'll heard what it sounds like inside the workshop when we were just playing with it. So I think right now, let's try and launch it outside. I think we're ready for the road ahead. Castrol. That's why it sounds so good. Castrol. One more launch for the culture, for the vibes. Alright, boy. Did I break it? Alright, boy. Oh, my wheels aren't straight. What's going on? Horror farming. Alright, so this is what the car sounds like in normal drive mode. Oh, wait, sport. What it sounds like. You can hear the intake flow actually, and it sounds good. I also love the fact that the car is actually not that loud. Because for me, I really hate a car with like big drone noise and get out of the car, your ears are ringing. I think this sounds pretty modest for drive. Yeah, this is quite nice. Sounds good. But let's hear the export and the exhaust noise. Definitely a very big difference. I always say if you own a Golf 7R, there's no need to go full exhaust unless you really want that really loud noise. You can delete the middle silencer box, and you also get it to be a little bit more louder. It's also not that loud as well because you still got that big silencer in the back box. So yeah, it sounds quite nice. I'm happy with it. Comment down below, let me know what you think about the exhaust sound on this. I think it sounds amazing. I think it sounds really good, and we'll also try seeing if the fuel consumption rises because of all of these upgrades. But technically, I think they should rise because we've got a bigger intake, a bigger exhaust as well. So the fuel consumption will rise a little bit. But then again, if you can afford to do upgrades on your car, that's going to be chump change. Alright guys, that marks the end of this YouTube video. Let me know down in the comments what you think of our Golf 8 rims on our Golf 7R. Personally, in my shop, I've never seen a Golf 7R or a GTI with Golf 8 rims. I thought it would make this car look a little bit unique and special, considering that it is a Golf 7R giveaway. So I've never seen a Golf 7R with 8 rims. I think it looks quite cool. Let me know down in the comments if you think we cooked with this one. You know, we could have got Pretoria rims or any other rims, the normal Golf 7R rims, but it wouldn't make it special. So I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure to also leave a comment and let us know what other mods to do on this Golf 7R. Tango.
So guys, remember, the competition ends in December and unfortunately there are limited tickets available. And it is a first come, first serve basis. You can enter as many times as you wish. So remember to get yours before they sold out. You also help our non-profit organization which helps on empowering disadvantaged schools. This month, Helping Mzansi visited Hlaisekani Stimulation Center in Limpopo, TUNNING, to sponsor a fun day for the disabled youth, and it was a major success. So all your donations help us on our mission to educate the youth on careers that are available in the automotive industry. And we are also able to provide aid to schools that need it the most. And most importantly, we are able to assist people who can't afford to fix their own vehicles due to unforeseen circumstances. Remember, this Golf 7R is still up for grabs for only 100 Rand. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. All proceeds go to the amazing organization which is helping Mzansi people out. help us make sure that they are more competent mechanics in the future.